Ever since I started to have success on the YouTube platform, I've had so many people DM me, so many people ask the question and just talk to in conversation. They'll just bring this up so casually where they're like, man, it must be nice to have YouTube favor you as much as they do. It sucks for me because I got shadow banned when my channel was small. You must have flown under the radar so YouTube didn't pick you up. So they didn't shadow ban you. It's like the mental gymnastics that people play are absolutely insane. And, you know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, man, whatever. YouTube definitely cares about your 500 subscriber channel enough to shadow ban you. You're definitely that important, right? Like it's the most ridiculous thing ever. But the reason why it looks like my channels are being favored versus the rest is because of things that I'm doing actually on purpose. It's a strategy that I've cultivated over the years and years of trial and error. And if you know my story, there's been a whole lot of error, right? But I've now figured out this strategy that's, you know, not just working for me, but repeatable over hundreds and hundreds of students who have had massive success inside of my program. And I'm going to break down these strategies and these inputs that I put in on a daily basis to make it look like YouTube is favoring my channels, because you know, from the outside looking in, I can see how it looks that way. I go into these niches and I just take over these niches, right? And these people who have been trying to grow in the same niche that I'm in, that I'm just blasting off, you know, and they're like, wow, this guy must just be lucky. Like he's just the chosen one. Like, I don't know. Like I get why they want to play the mental gymnastics to kind of protect themselves from realizing that they're the ones that are slacking. Their skill set is lacking, but it's not that. Right? It's not luck. It's not that I'm the chosen one. It's that I've put in the years and years of trial and error. So let's get into it. Okay. So the first thing that I need you to understand about how to be favored in the YouTube algorithm, right? YouTube's algorithm has become so advanced in what metrics they look for telling if a channel should be pushed more than other channels, more than the competition. And one of the most important metrics and factors is returning viewers who are coming to your channel more and more often. There's actually a metric inside the YouTube studio where you can see this now. They added it a few years ago. The reason why this is so important is because if you think about it from YouTube's perspective, what do they want, right? They want more people to watch their advertisements on the platform so that they can make more money. That's it. It's YouTube's a business. So think of it from a business's perspective. They want to make more money. What makes YouTube more money? More people watching ads so that the advertisers pay more to be on the YouTube platform. How do they make more people watch the ads? Well, there's only a certain amount of people in the world's population, and they kind of like max that out now. Like everybody's on YouTube, right? So going after more people, that's not really what they want to do. If they wanted to do that, then they would be running ads all over NFL games, MLB games, NBA games, on TV and all this stuff. They don't do that though, because everybody's on YouTube already. So now what is the natural next step? They need to retain the viewers that they already have for longer, make them stay on the platform longer so that they are watching more ads per individual person. How do you make people watch more ads? You make them stay on the platform longer. How do you make them stay on the platform longer? You show them more videos that they are more likely to watch. So now YouTube is looking at your channels and your videos and they're like, are these people repeat viewers? Are they coming back to this channel every single day? Are they watching every single video, clicking on every single notification that they send out? If the answer is yes, they're going to send your videos out there like absolutely crazy. You know, and there's strategies that you can use to make sure that people are watching your channel every single day. This is why I don't go into any niche where I can't upload at least one time a day. I don't have any channels right now where I'm not uploading at least 2 videos a day. Every single channel that I have, I'm uploading like 8-9 videos a day right now across my channels, you know? And that's why I don't like to do like the long documentary style niches or anything like that, because I want to be able to upload every single day, preferably multiple times a day, because that means people are going to be coming back to my channel every single day. Those people who click the notification bell and you know, they're subscribed to the channel, they're going to see my videos pop up on their phone every single day. So they're going to be returning every single day, sending a ton of green flags to the YouTube algorithm that they want to watch my videos every single day. They're returning viewers. And then also another way to make people return to your channel and make YouTube send green flags would be to have them binge watch your content. So this would be getting very creative with your end screens, right? So what a lot of people will do at the end of their videos, and they'll end their videos off by saying, make sure you like and subscribe, guys, and all that other BS that people have heard a million times, so it doesn't even register in their head that it's being said. You're not going to get any more likes and subscribes from asking for it at the end of the video. And then a huge mistake that people will make as well is they'll be like, make sure you like and subscribe, guys. And then also, you know, I have this membership on Patreon you can check out and blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody gives a shit. What you should do is you should just end the video. Like, just end the video. Just say, I'll see you guys next time. And then pop up an end screen. Or if you want to say something, get creative with your end screen and how you draw attention to the end screen. So for example, let's say you're a music reaction channel. You react to music videos or whatever. You could say, if you really like this reaction from this artist, go check out this video that we also did by this artist. Simple as that. You're not saying this long-winded. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. It really helps me out a ton on this channel. And then also go check out my Patreon if you guys want to see the uncut version of these reactions and all this other nonsense. I mean, do a live stream on Sunday nights. Shut up. Just say, hey, if you want to see another video just like this one, click this end screen. See ya. Done. Okay. So consistency, getting consistent viewership coming to your channel every single day. A great way to do that by picking a niche where you can upload every single day, at least one video a day, or taking a huge advantage of end screens, make your content bingeable in some sort of way, make people want to go through your entire catalog as they watch your videos. Another thing that's super, super important is you get on YouTube's good side, you get favored by YouTube by not breaking the YouTube guidelines. There's creative ways you can get around this. I understand, you know, the way that I teach people to make content. A lot of people are scared about like the copyright issues. Every single time I post an Instagram reel or something, and I'm like, you can really get rich from reposting viral YouTube videos. And everybody's like, well, what about the copyright? What about the copyright? It's like, dude, if you understand the rules of the game, you're able to not get copyrighted. So, you know, for the people who join my program, I give them so much information that I can't give it away in this video. It would be a 6-hour long video, but there's so much you can understand about the copyright on YouTube. And unfortunately, copyright on YouTube is just so subjective. It's like fluid. There's no amount of time that I can give you where people will ask me, how much do I have to talk inside of my videos to not get copyrighted? There's no answer. It depends on who you're taking the video from. If you're taking it from Warner Brothers, you probably need to add a whole lot of commentary in there because they're an official studio. They're going to hit everything. But if you're taking it from just a random YouTuber with 50 subscribers, you'll probably be fine talking for 2 seconds, you know? So there's also filters you can put over videos as a last resort. I have this one filter that has literally never failed me before with avoiding copyright. So that works really well. I give that away to everybody who joins my program. So understanding YouTube's guidelines and not breaking them a ton, because if you break the YouTube guidelines over and over and over again, you get copyrighted over and over again, or you know, you just break whatever guidelines. Maybe it could be nudity or just whatever. You're going to eventually actually get shadow banned, you know, and shadow banning is a real thing. You know, people get shadow banned. I've seen clients of mine who, you know, they'll come to me and they're like, hey man, I've been posting like a video every single day for the last 300 days, and every single one of them has like 1 or 2 views. If you're like that, you're probably shadow banned, unless you really suck. And then there's ways you can fix the shadow ban as well. But understand YouTube's guidelines and don't break them too much, man. Like, it's as simple as that. If you break them too much, you are going to actually get shadow banned, you know? And then also, even if you're not shadow banned, they'll demonetize you, or if your content's not fit for advertisers, and like we talked about earlier, the main goal for YouTube is to get more people to watch ads, and a lot of your content is not fit for most advertisers. Why would they push your content out there? It doesn't benefit them in any way. It actually hurts them. You know, people are spending time on their platform not watching stuff that's going to make them money. That doesn't benefit them. That hurts them. You're taking their bandwidth away, taking an eyeball away from watching ads. It could be making them money. Now, this part right here is the absolute game changer. This is the final one, and it's going to be the one that is going to change the game for you forever. How to get favored in the YouTube algorithm. This is how I do it, okay? This is how people who, every single niche I go in, they're like, man, it must be nice to get so lucky, whatever. We call it the keyword push. So on YouTube, this is not coming from me, by the way. This is coming from the YouTube liaison, Rene Ritchie. He doesn't really do content like that anymore, but back in the day, Rene Ritchie is the direct YouTube liaison, right? I think he still might do it on other platforms, maybe Twitter or X or whatever, but he made these videos back in the day that nobody really talks about. It's crazy because YouTube would feed this guy direct information to report to everybody else so we can get a better understanding of the algorithm. And one thing that he said that I have used on every single channel, and I've used on all of my clients' channels, all the most successful clients that I've had use this to the best of their ability, is the keywords, right? What we do with the keywords, and keywords would be words that tell the algorithm who the video is for. So words that are signaling to the YouTube algorithm who this video is for. So like, for example, for this video, how to get favorite in the YouTube algorithm would be the keyword phrase, because we're trying to target people who are interested in the YouTube algorithm, right? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So that's keywords. Let's just say, for example, let's just say that the keyword for this video is YouTube algorithm, okay? Not only do we want the keyword in the title at least one time, right? Everybody knows that. We also want to use the description in a very specific way. Now, people have been manipulating YouTube descriptions for the longest time, right? But back in the day, and how people still do it today that really mess up, is they'll just spam the keyword over and over again, or they'll just copy and paste a bunch of tags from TubeBuddy or whatever and paste it into their description. It's not going to work. That, YouTube sees through that. The algorithm, like we talked about earlier, is very, very advanced. They understand the manipulation that people are doing with the descriptions when it comes to just spamming keywords and spamming hashtags, whatever, in the description. That does not work. What you need to do is write the description in a paragraph format in a way that makes it seem as if you are trying to describe the video. And you could be describing the video, but the main purpose of the description is not to describe the video. It's to spam the keyword, but in a creative way, in a paragraph format that is also describing the video, right? So that the AI doesn't pick up on your spam and kind of discard the description, because that's what they do. If they find out you're spamming, they're going to just discard. Holy shit, I almost just spilled coffee all over the place. They're going to just discard your description. So what we do is you'll write a description. You can use ChatGPT for it. I give a few different templates away inside of my program of prompts that you can use, but it's super simple, right? You can use ChatGPT. You can write a description and it will look something along the lines of, this video will be about how to get favored in the YouTube algorithm. In this video, we discuss in-depth tactics on how to get favored in the YouTube algorithm. And you're just going to say that same thing in slightly different ways 5 or 6 times, making sure that the keyword phrase is in every single sentence at least one time. And that way you get the keyword spam in, but you don't get flagged by the algorithm for spam. Okay. That's not even the most important part though. The most important part, coming from Renee Ritchie, not coming from me, by far, is the transcript of the video. And the transcript of the video is the actual spoken words inside of the video itself. Now, what we want to do with the transcript is we want to make sure that the keywords are said as many times as humanly possible. If you go watch any of my other channels, and I don't want to really push people to the channels because it messes up the targeting, but they're not too hard to find. Okay, if you really want to go find them, you can go find them. My faceless channels, what I do and what I tell the people who work for me to do on the channels that I don't run personally, because I only appear on, I don't even appear on camera, but I only do the voiceover for one of them. All the other ones are done by other people. And what I teach them to do, what I do myself, is instead of saying any sort of pronoun, so instead of referring to anyone as he, she, they, whatever, I will just say the proper noun every single time. So, a lot of times it's a name, or if referring to the YouTube algorithm, I'll not say it. I'll not say that or them or whatever. I'll just say the YouTube algorithm every single time. And now in these types of videos, I'm not really trying to do that. Like, I'm just trying to give away information. So I'm not really thinking about that super consciously. But when I'm recording the videos for my other channels where it's just a cash cow channel, I'm literally thinking about that the entire time. So I'll intro the video something like, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to get favored in the YouTube algorithm. And the YouTube algorithm is a it's a very, very tough thing to tackle. But in this video, I'm going to show you 3 tips to really get ahead of all the competition when it comes to hacking the YouTube algorithm. Like, I'll intro the video like that. And then throughout the video, I'm going to keep throwing in the keyword phrase YouTube algorithm here and there. And the reason why this works so well, this transcript push works so well, is because, like we said earlier, the YouTube algorithm is very advanced. They understand the keyword spam. They understand the manipulation that has been done by people when it comes to the description of the videos. But it's impossible to manipulate the YouTube video transcript the same way that you would manipulate a description. Because if you imagine what it would look like to manipulate the transcript in that same way, it would look like me just sitting here on camera and looking at you and saying, YouTube algorithm, YouTube algorithm, YouTube algorithm, YouTube algorithm, YouTube algorithm for 10 minutes. Nobody's watching that. Okay. So if you did that and you attempted to manipulate it that way, it wouldn't work because people would click off after 15 seconds and YouTube's not going to push your video if people are clicking off after 15 seconds anyway. So that doesn't work. So YouTube actually weighs the transcript of the video when it comes to targeting heavier than the title, than the description, and then anything else. Okay. And tags don't matter, by the way. Just stop doing tags. They don't matter. Stop asking the question. They don't matter. Okay. YouTube said that they don't matter anymore. What does matter and what is weighed the heaviest is the transcript of the video. Okay. So start spamming keywords in the transcript. It's going to feel unnatural at first, but nobody's going to notice. Nobody ever notices that I do it or any of my employees do it on their channels that they run. Nobody ever notices, or any of my clients. None of them. You feel it when you're doing it. It feels unnatural. It feels like people are going to pick up on it, but they don't. They never do. And that's how you make YouTube favor you, man. That's how I go into all these niches, and I always get the DMs every single time. Man, it must be nice to be the chosen one. It must be nice. YouTube shadow banned me when I was really small. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You're just not doing the right things. It's as simple as that. You just don't have the right strategies. You don't have a proven system to follow. It's as simple as that, guys. So if you would like to get my system implemented directly into your channel, you can go ahead and book a call with the top link in the description. We'll just hop on a call. I'll put you on a call with my COO, and she'll just go over where you are now, where you want to get to, and if we can help you out, then we'll go ahead and get you enrolled inside the program and get the system implemented into your channel and get you making money as fast as possible. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, though. If you did enjoy, I would appreciate if you like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.